It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Washington Commanders and the Atlanta Falcons. And it's all up next.
First opened in 2017. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and for both of these teams that we're going to see, Charles, the future is kind of right now. You know, this is something you only see a handful of times in an NFL season where you've got a rookie quarterback versus a rookie quarterback.
And I think a lot of that has to do with the era we're in now. Because our dads, they didn't see rookie quarterbacks go against each other. In fact, it could be 2-3 years before they even saw the playing field. Nowadays, you get drafted, they expect you to play earlier, and these guys as competitors, they'll take their lumps early, but they'd rather be on the field.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the rookie from the University of Washington.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Second down and 8. And looking to throw, Penix. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. And Drake London, the intended receiver there. And it'll bring up third down. Penix working out of the gun here. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Take it at the 37. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they will be led out by their 6'4 quarterback.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
2nd and 10. To the air goes Daniels. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing now is Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
On the bootleg, it's Daniels. That is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. To throw is Daniels. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Jaden Daniels, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. I'm pretty sure that was a passing play, but he took off pretty quickly and ran with it.
Love his decisiveness on it because you're exactly right. He was supposed to go back in the pocket and survey the field and throw the football. But when that hole opened, he just said, forget it, let's go. And boy, did that work out well.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And the kick is good, and the Commanders out to a 7-0 lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 7. On the counter, this is Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
To the air, Penix. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Robinson. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Play action, now it's Daniels. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. What did you see on that one? Rookie mistake or just good defense?
It was a combo plate, but the rookie quarterback, he'll take it all on his shoulders, and the frustration level is evident. You can see it with him. You know, if that's a veteran quarterback, he walks off like he just threw a touchdown pass because he doesn't want to show that to the defense. The young guys, they take it more to heart. It's on their sleeve a little bit. He'll learn as he goes along how to hide his emotions.
Here's Penix. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They'll go play action here with Penix. Looking left side, and it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal.
That connection seemed to work out okay on the first play of the drive. Why not go right back to it? And once again, this defense is left without an answer as they surrender back-to-back first downs.
And looking to throw, Penix. Buying time to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Michael Penix. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons are an extra point away from drawing level. But defensively, didn't seem like anybody had eyes on the quarterback, and he took advantage.
So you think that maybe we're seeing some pretty good instincts for a young guy? Because that's the thing you worry about coming out of college. You're used to getting away with just about anything you want to do. You're just superior. Here, he has to read it, figure it out, and know when it's time to go.
Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Pushing his way through and able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 51 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Now that's how you start a drive. Not only do you pick up a first down, you do it on a chunk play. Big yardage, and now you put a little bit of a dent in the confidence of the defense.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Handoff now to Robinson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Here's Daniels. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That'll give him 8 that time, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's going to have a Commanders first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
They gave him the option there on 3rd and short. Run or pass, you choose. And he decided to fling it out to the perimeter. And that was the right call as they pick up the first down.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
They'll motion McLaurin left. Now Daniels going to give it up on the touch pass. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Daniels. And it's caught. An injury going to pause the game here, and it looks like it's Terry McLaurin who's in some discomfort. Not sure what happened. Hopefully this is nothing major. But the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Robinson is in. Touchdown, Washington. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was capped off by the touchdown run from Brian Robinson. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll throw with Penix. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Penix. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players, and glad to have you, because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Commanders' offense set to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Eckler now between the tackles. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Now Daniels. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. Back deep, Ray McLeod. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during the series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
From the shotgun, it's Penix. Into the hands of London. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Man in motion is Agnew. A play fake. Now Penix. Throw left side complete. That's Robinson. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On the give, here's Robinson. And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 37. The Falcons on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Penix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 14. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A give left side to Robinson. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll run again here with Robinson. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
And think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches have given, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
Flush to his right. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Commanders are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson in the Commander offense. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Daniels looking to throw. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. The first carry for Jeremy McNichols. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Zach Ertz has it complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 39. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage. Put the ball right on him.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Quick throw, and it's caught by Gallup. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Off the play fake, Daniels. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Now an option play, and he'll keep it. But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And looking to throw, Penix. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. He'll look to throw. Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again. And Pitts is going to pick up a Falcons first down as he'll get this down to the 36. Give him 2 on the play there. And the Falcons are going to get a first. To throw again is Penix. That's complete to the tight end Werner. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A really nice gain of 25 yards. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now first and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Robinson. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Falcons have got it back to within a score. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Coup for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense and running back Brian Robinson getting set for this next drive. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They go play action. Daniels. That's out wide here for Robinson. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. To the air goes Daniels. That is caught. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not at all.
Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Throwing now is Daniels. His throw incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. First down marker at the 31. It's third down. To throw is Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 22-yard line. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's Daniels. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power. That gives him a nice pickup. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him. Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good, and they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So a capper there to a pretty good first half. And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Looking deep here for Mooney. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered. How did they get that done? That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw. The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is, what, 3-to-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
For the Falcons, they were led in the first half by their quarterback, Michael Penix. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a one-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for with both these teams in it to win it.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter. And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
They've been running it well all game, and why not? The big guys up front, they're just having a ball creating monster holes for their guys to run through.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Back to throw now on first down. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Robinson up the middle. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14. Looking to throw. Daniels. Flushed out right. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. 5 yards that time out of the scramble, but now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Falcons offense and Michael Penix set to take over once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Looking for London on the out route complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Penix. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. They run. Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here. One of the best of the last decade or so, Bobby Wagner, in to bring him down. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
They'll go play action here with Penix. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fake.
First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. They'll throw with Penix. This is caught by Robinson. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Oh, here's a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Robinson. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. It's a first down Washington on a pickup of 18. He continues to be dominant running the football. I mean, keep feeding him, right?
Yeah, you should, because what he's put up already is really like a 2-game total. Give him a lot of credit, but give the rest of the offense credit as well. The big guys up front and the receivers on the perimeter, everyone's getting involved blocking people downfield.
Now Daniels sets up the screen to Robinson. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. Here's Robinson. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Play action, now it's Daniels. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Robinson with another carry. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
Daniels looking to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Commanders are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
You'd hate to come all this way on a sustained drive like this and then have to settle for a field goal. So what a nice pickup on 3rd down. And now they're set up with first and goal.
Robinson will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Eckler is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. And remember, that drive started back at the 2, 98 yards into the end zone to finish with that run.
And what do you think the guy who punts the ball was doing? I mean, when that drive started, he was thinking about, okay, catch it, get rid of it, right? When he's warming up in the net, don't step backwards and create a safety because he was counting on worst-case scenario. And as the drive went on, he figured.
He turned that net into a hammock.
Exactly. Give me a drink of water and let me just relax.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Daniel's going to try and throw for it. And that is caught for the 2 points. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again, it's Robinson. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. A quick throw there is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. And looking to throw, Penix. Over the middle, caught by London. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Now Penix. Caught out left side by Robinson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down. And looking to throw, Penix. That's caught by Werner, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
To the air, Penix. A throw left sideline, falls incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
The offense on 3rd down, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. Penix working out of the gun here. Got his man, it's London. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington 16. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. And we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Coup now for the point after. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. A 10-play drive that time. And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block. but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Second down in the yard. They go play action. Daniels. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll motion McLaurin left. Robinson will try to pick it up. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And it will be Falcon football. Atlanta regains possession of the football. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And, oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Off the play fake, Daniels. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Talk about a momentum shifter right there. Tie game. 4th quarter, these are the plays that win you games. And now defensively, the question becomes, how do you respond?
from Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. To throw is Daniels. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To the air goes Daniels. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Daniels. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. From here, it would be a 45-yard field goal attempt. Certainly in range, but they'll look for more yardage on 3rd down. Here's Daniels. Steps away to his left. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr., his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. He's given them a little jolt, just gave them the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. Well, the Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. They'll throw with Penix. Into the hands of London. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down. So with a yardage on that completion, he's now right at exactly 300 yards on the game.
And isn't that the magic number you get? All right, 300. That means it's going to go on a commemorative football to put on your mantle when they give you the game ball if your team wins. So much confidence flowing through him right now, throwing the football.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker, has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up to the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
And this offense on third down today, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 17. Operating from the gun, Penix. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. Good spot on the field to go for it, kind of no man's land as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow, might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Penix. And his throw here's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. It's gotta have it time. 4th and 9. They'll go for it. Here's Penix. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Commanders have just about sewn up this football game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, Robinson. And he will have a Commander's 1st down, and that should just about do it. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. Well, this ball game was close throughout. Remember, it was neck and neck at intermission, neck and neck at the end, but a great job to come in here in a tough environment, Charles, and get the victory.
Yeah, tough environment indeed. How about all the people we can hear shouting from their seats right below us, partner? They weren't real happy that their team didn't keep the home field. How about how these visitors came in, calm every step of the way, even with all the pressure, and found a way to get out of here with a win.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. Till next time, we say so long from Atlanta.